What's going on YouTube? This is your boy Mo Brisbane, back with another video. It's been a while since we last spoke. Hope all of you are doing well and enjoying life wherever you are. Today just wanted to fire up the camera and talk about giving back. Why is this topic so important to me? Firstly, I think in this world where we become so conditioned to chase things and hustle and obviously provide for families and the like, I think we've lost, well, I'll speak for myself, I've lost a bit of touch in terms of, am I giving back anything to the community that I live in? How am I serving the community that I'm living in? And giving back for me means it could be just saying hello to somebody in the community. These days, well, from what I've noticed, everyone's become a sort of like a zombie, including myself. When we're walking on the street, we're always on our phones or looking at something, and just feels like we don't even talk to our neighbors anymore. And yes, of course, there's a reason. Sometimes the world can be unsafe. These days, you don't know what somebody's gonna do to you. That's how bad it's become. But I don't necessarily feel it's all doom and gloom. I think we can spend some time saying hello to our neighbor. The reason I say this is, remember when I was in the gym in the sauna, I just love to plug my headphones in, and one time I went in and somebody just started talking to me in the sauna, and at first I felt strange. I'm like, I'm not used to this. I've become so used to maybe reading on my phone or just looking at YouTube videos on my phone whilst in the sauna. But it was refreshing to speak to somebody, and that's what made me realize that when I'm out in the community, I should just take time to say hello to people, good morning or good afternoon. That's my number one way of giving back. The second way is volunteering. I know it's a cliche to say, can you go to a homeless shelter or go give clothes or something? But I believe there's a power in volunteering, at least once a month or something like that, once a quarter. I think that gives us a sense of that we are there for each other. We're not just looking out for each other and trying to hustle for ourselves. So I would encourage everyone to think about trying to volunteer at least once a quarter, whether it's go give out clothes or go help out a community organization and things like that. I think that would definitely help. The third thing for me was giving somebody a call that you haven't in a long time. Yes, again, in this culture where we work full time, I think life these days, and personally speaking, is going so quick that before I know it, it's 4 months has passed and it feels like it's just been a week. And I realize that I've not spoken to certain family members or certain friends in a while, and I make up these excuses in my head that I'm too busy, or they're too busy, and before you know it, it's 1 year, it's 2 years, it's 3 years, and before you know it, you've lost contact and wondering where life went. So I challenge one of you, even including myself, to give somebody a call that you haven't in a long time. Who knows, they might be going through a struggle in their life. They might be struggling with something, and if you just give them a call, and maybe you'll make up their day. So that's one I'll definitely recommend. And the next one is encouraging our friends or our peers or whoever to pursue their dreams. I don't know. I think when I was growing up in high school, like I grew up in a culture of just being competitive. Of I needed to pass number one in this seventh grade. I needed to be number one in athletics or sports, and I feel like, and yeah, there was good things about that. Being competitive is good, but I feel like sometimes, when I was in high school and we all needed to study for a big hard exam, no one would help each other. Like they would all hide materials and not share anything because they wanted to be recognized by themselves. They wanted to be number one, I would say. And looking back, I think at university that changed. Noticed that university was more collaborative. Nobody cares who was number one. We all just wanted to get good grades so we can get decent jobs. No one cared about that sort of stuff. So that's why I noticed that um, instead of being afraid of seeing our peers succeed, or you know what I mean, like most people don't want to see other people succeed because they're scared to be left behind. Like if you see greatness in somebody, if you see greatness in somebody, like encourage them, keep on encouraging them, be there for them, and encourage yourself. I think that pushes you to encourage yourself as well. Say, okay, hang on, we can push this together, because if you bring like minds together, I'll give an example at the gym. Personally, for me, I find that for a long time I've been one of those people who just likes to work out by themselves, but once in a while I work out with somebody. I feel like we push each other way more than I do when I'm working by myself, and it really helps. So that's what I mean in that purpose, is sometimes just go encourage our peers. And the next one in terms of giving back is just doing a nice deed. It doesn't have to be money. I know we've been conditioned to just say, okay, money is the only thing you can give back. But maybe once a week, let's come up with a deed that we want to achieve and give back. Like I said, whether it's making a phone call or going to say good morning to somebody, or encouraging somebody. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be always money related. So can we tune in with ourselves and write a goal once a week and say, hey, this week, this is what I want to give back to the community, and what are the benefits of doing this? From a personal experience, every time I gave with my heart, by the way, it has to be with your heart. It can't just be because you want to get something back from the universe. I found the universe propelled me more to my goals, actually, because I was in this sense of peace where I'm giving with my heart. I'm not just doing it because I want something back, because that's the other thing that most people do. They just want to give so that they can give back. And yes, there's a theory in that it actually works. Like the more you give, the more you get back. But can we do it with our heart, with intention? And I feel that makes our lives a bit better, because sometimes life is full of highs and lows. When you go through that low, you can feel worthy and say, you know what, I'm actually contributing to my community, I'm contributing to my society, contributing to myself. And so personally, that's helped me, give me that sense of fulfillment, because sometimes we're just conditioned to hustle and work and accumulate and all this stuff, and before you know it, when you go through that low, you feel empty and you don't know what the purpose of life is anyway. I think I've experienced that before. But then at the end of the day, like, what is the meaning of life? Are we just meant to be strangers to each other? Are we just meant to be competitive and just succeed on our own? I don't believe so. I think we're meant to do greater things together as a community, as a human race. And let's look at those things that we've mentioned today and see what I can do. So thanks YouTube, thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate everyone who's tuning in. If you like my message, please support my video or subscribe to my channel. And just want to wish you a wonderful wonderful rest of the day wherever you are, and wonderful rest of the week, and wonderful rest of the year. Take it easy. One love.